Hello friends, Jai Shri Swaminarayan. Now let's move forward. Exercise 5.1, question number 2. First of all, read this question. Here, in question number 2, the following distribution shows purchase of t-shirts by 270 customers according to the shoulder length in each. Find Carl Pearson's coefficient of skewness from this data and interpret it. Okay, here shoulders length of shirts in inches is given to you, and with that number of customers are given to you. Okay, we need to find coefficient of skewness from this data and need to interpret it. Okay, and we need to use the Carl Pearson's method. So here this is a discrete frequency distribution table is there, right? This is even discrete frequency distribution table. Now just take the table first of all for the mode. Okay, here our maximum frequency is 56. Maximum frequency is 56, but we have this maximum frequency 2 times, right? First of all, we need to check this table for the mode. If mode is defined, then we need to use the formula x bar minus mode divided by standard deviation. Okay, but here if we see this table, then here our maximum frequency is repeating twice. 2 times we have 56. So which number we need to consider, right? Alternately, here in this case mode is not defined, right? In this case mode is not defined. Why? Because our maximum frequency is 2 times, that's why. So here in this sum we need to use the median instead of mode. Okay, so our formula of coefficient of skewness J is equals to 3 times 3 multiply in bracket x bar minus mean divided by standard deviation. Okay, so in this sum we need to find mean, median and standard deviation. Okay, so for mean and standard deviation, first of all use the deviation D. Use the deviation method. Why? Because our numbers are in decimal point. That's why. So for D, x minus a, right? X minus a here we need to assume. And here we are also using the concept of C, step deviation. X minus a by C. Why we use the C? Because if we assume any number from the x, if we subtract it from the x, then we get the again decimal numbers, and we do not want it. That's why. Because if we assume here, our assumement a is equal to 14. Okay, now subtract 12 from 14. Now 12 minus 14, it's a minus 2. But 12.5 minus 14, it is in decimal point, right? And if we want to remove this decimal point, then we need to use the concept of C, that means step deviation. Okay, so here our assumed mean central value, I just assume here a is equal to 14. Okay, so my a is equal to 14, and if I want to remove this decimal points, so I just need to take c is equal to 0.5. Why 0.5? Because 0.5 means 1 by 2. Now if you put here 1 by 2, then denominator goes to the numerator. Okay, if you put here 1 by 2, then this 2 needs to multiply with numerator. Okay, and here all the numbers have the decimal point as a 5, 0.5, right? Because 13.5, 12.5, and if you multiply it with 2, then it becomes integer number. Right? So here we need to take 0.5. You can also take here 0.1, because 0.1 that means 1 by 10. If you multiply the number by 10, then this decimal point will be removed. Okay? So here we just take the assumed a 14, c is equal to 0.5. If you don't know this, then you can use any method. You can use the direct method even. Okay, because you have the calculation, you can easily calculate it. Okay, we have the calci, so easily we can multiply. So we can use the direct methods too. Okay, but if you want to do the easy calculation, then first of all assume A, after that take C is equals to 0.5. Okay, here we have in each number we have a 0.5. That's why here we are taking 0.5, because 1 by 2 it will be converted into integer number. If random numbers are there, random decimal numbers are there, that means 13.8, 17.5, 18.2, at that time we need to take 0.1, because 0.1 that means 1 by 10, and that if you multiply with the 10, then it becomes integer number. Okay, so here first of all 14 minus 12. Here 0.5 that means what? We need to multiply with 2 only. Okay, so 12 minus 14, because x minus 8, your value of x 12, minus 8 minus 14, 12 minus 14. If you use the calci, it is minus 2, and multiply 2, minus 4. Okay, now 12.5 minus 14, 12.5 minus 14, it is minus 1.5 into 2, minus 3. Here 14 minus 13, minus 1 into 2, minus 2. Here 0.5 into 2, minus 1. Here 0. Same thing. 14.5 minus 14, 0.5 into 2, 1. 15 minus 14, 1 into 2, 2. Here 15.5 minus 14, 1.5 into 2, 3. And 16 minus 14, 2 into 2, 4. Done? So this is your D. Now what we need to find? FD. Multiplication of F, frequency, and D. Okay, here Chevron length, it becomes our X, number of customers, it becomes our frequency. Now F into D, F multiply D. So multiply this two column, 5 into 4, 20 plus minus minus, 20 into 3, 60 plus minus minus, 30 into 2, 60, 47, 1s are 47, 56 into 0, 0, 56 1s are 56, 37 into 2, 74, 16 into 3, 48, and 4 3s are 12. Okay, now for standard deviation we want FD square. So FD multiply D. Okay, FD multiply D, it is FD square. So multiply these two numbers, 20 into 4, 80, plus minus minus plus 60 into 3, 180, 60 into 2, 120, 47 ones are 47, here 0, 56 ones are 56, 74 into 2, it is 148, then 48 into 3, 144, 12 into 4, 48. Okay, now find out the addition, sigma FD. So here 56 and 4, 60. So this 60 cancel. Okay, so here we have 70. With this 70, remove this 60 and from here 10. So 110 is remaining from here. Okay, done. Then 48 and 47. Only one is there. And 12. So 12 plus 1, 13 minus 10, 3. Okay, you can use the calci. Here sigma FD is 3. Now sigma FD square. Find out the addition. So 7 plus 8, 15. 15 plus 6, 21 plus 4, 25. Plus 8, 33, 3. 8, 8, 16. 20, 22, 25, 30, 30, plus 12, 42, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 2, 3. Okay. After that, we need to find the min x bar. So min x bar A plus sigma FD divided by n into C. Okay, here we are using this step deviation, so we need to multiply with C. Now assume in A 14 plus sigma FD3 divided by n, and it is 270. It is already given in the equation, total number of customers 270. Otherwise you can find the addition of frequency, right? Multiply C, it is 0.5. So 14 plus, now 3 multiply 0.5. 3 multiply 0.5, it is 1.5 divided by 270. Now 1.5 divided by 270. 1.5 divided by 270, just use the calculation 0.01. 0.005555, right? But we need to round figure it. So our third digit is 5, so we need to add 1 to the second digit, so 0.01. Now find out the addition, so 14.01. Okay? So this is our mean. After that, we need to find median, right? Because here mode is not defined, so we need to find the median. Okay, what is the formula of median? N plus 1 by 2th observation. Right? N plus 1 by 2th observation. This is discrete frequency distribution, so we need to use this formula. Now N is 270. Right? So 270 plus 1 divided by 2 observation. Now 270 plus 1, 271 divided by 2. So 135.5. Now this value we need to check in CF. So first of all find out the CF, commutative frequency. Okay, here we have frequency. So first of all 5 as it is, first frequency as it is. After that we need to find the addition. 20 plus 5, 25. 25 plus 30, 55. 55 plus 47, 7 plus 5, 2. 1549 plus 110, 102. 102 plus 56. 158, 158 plus 56. 214, 214 plus 37. 7 plus 4, 1. 1, 3, 1. 4 plus 1, 5, 251. Plus 60. 2, 6, 7 and 3, 270. Okay, and here 270, 277, so this calculation is right. Now we need to check this value in the CF, right? 135.5, तो किस में जाएगा? 102 में वो नहीं जाएगा, किस में जाएगा? 158 में जाएगा, right? 135.5 है तो 102 में तो नहीं आएगा, किस में जाएगा? 158 में. और इनके सामने वैल्यू क्या है x की? वो है 14. सो हमारा मीडियन का आंसर है 14. डन. ओके, CF की सामने वाली वैल्यू बट किस में चेक करनी है? x में. क्या वैल्यू है वो? 14 तो 14. मोड और मीडियन दोनों में यही करना है. ओके, वैल्यूज जो फाइनल आंसर हम लिख रहे हैं वो वैल्यू हमें कहां पे देखनी है? x वाली कॉलम. CF ये वाला है, इनके सामने कौन सी वैल्यू है? x की 14, हो जाएगा आंसर. ओके, नाउ स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन s. Standard deviation S. What is the formula? Sigma FD square divided by n, sigma FD divided by n all square, and outside of square root multiply C, because here we are using this step deviation. Okay, now sigma FD square is 823 divided by n, it is 270. Minus sigma FD 3 divided by 270 all square into C, it is 0.5. Now 823 divided by 270, just find out the division. It is 3.0481 minus 3 divided by 270. If you find the division, 3 divided by 270, it is 0.01 all square and outside 0.5. Now find out the square of 0.01. So 0.01 square, it is 0.14. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 0.5. Now find out the subtraction. So answer of subtraction, it is 3.048. Right? This one remove and 0.5. Find out the square root. Now use the calci and find out the square root of 3.048. So square root of 3.048, it is 1.746 and we need to multiply with 0.5. Okay, this 0.5 up to last step you need to put as it is. Okay, find out the answer of the square root. After that multiply with 0.5. Okay, now multiply 0 with the 0.5, so answer is 0.87. Okay, so this is the answer of standard deviation. Now we can find the coefficient of skewness is equals to 3 multiply x bar minus median divided by standard deviation s. Okay, now 3 multiply x bar that means mean that is 14.01 minus median it is 14 and divided by standard deviation s is 0.87. Now here 14.01 minus 14, it is 0.01 divided by 0.87 and 3 multiply 0.01, it is 0.03 divided by 0.87 and finally find out the division. So answer of this division 0.03 divided by 0.87, it is 0.03. Okay, so coefficient of skewness is 0.03. Okay, and we also need to write the interpretation, right? So here our coefficient of skewness is 0.03. It is near about 0, right? Here J is equals to 0.03, right? It is near about 0. Here we have the positive skewness, right? And it is near about 0. So frequency distribution is almost symmetric. Okay, here our answer of coefficient of skewness J is equals to 0.03. It is near about 0 and skewness is 0. It means symmetric frequency distribution. Okay, mean, median, mode lies on the same point. It is symmetric frequency distribution. This thing we already discussed in our theory part, right? If positive skewness is there, then our process is like this. Okay, that means if our coefficient of skewness is positive and near about 1, then this process is followed, this rule is followed. And if our answer is negative and near about 1, then our answer is like this. Okay, but here we have the answer about near about 0. It means that this 3 point, our answer of mean, median and mode is almost same. Okay, here you can also check here our answer of mean 14.01 and answer of median is 14, almost same. Okay, that's why we can say that here our answer is near about 0, so frequency distribution is almost symmetric. Okay, so what we need to do, first of all we need to check for the mode is defined or not, then we need to decide. If it is not defined, then we need to go with the median. Okay, here mode is not defined, so first of all we find the mean, median, standard deviation, and then we need to use this formula. After that, interpretation. Okay, so this method we need to follow here. If you have any doubt in this question, you can write down in comment section. I will give you the answer. Thank you.